Hi, this is my admission for the informative speech. The topic that I'm going to bring up is a very niche side of YouTube that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. It's, you know, it's very hard to explain, but it's called a lolcow. And it's something that is very cruel, honestly. Like, it really destroys a person's life. But a lolcow is someone that's very easy to get reactions out of, and they just use this person over and over for entertainment, to make videos, to make commentary videos, and they eventually get this person that was once just a normal person, making videos online, just like being themselves. They eventually turn this person into someone, I wouldn't say evil, but they just change them completely, and now they just have a whole just problems in their life just because of people trolling them. And I have a tragic story about this guy named Christian, and there's many more. Recently there is a lolcow I would consider. Her name is Tofiachu, and I would say she is autistic. And most of these lolcows do have a disability, and this causes them to either not be able to regulate their emotions, or they just really don't know what's happening to them. They just think they're getting all this attention from these people that are really making fun of them. And so this just causes their downfall as they get consumed in this online life of trying to combat these people that are attacking them. And the guy that really comes to mind when I think about this is a guy named Christian, as I mentioned before. He is an autistic guy who wasn't able to as well regulate his emotions, but he also was very naive. He didn't know much about the world. His parents they sheltered him as they should, and his life really didn't start going downhill once he started making YouTube videos and letting, I guess, the things that he was passionate about online. And there was no problem with that. It was just people trolling him. He was passionate about Sonic, Pikachu, and things that could be considered nerdy at the time. And because they found him a little odd, this made him an easy target. And it really caused his downfall, and then allowed others to gain popularity as well. There's very specific instances that people are able to pinpoint that happened in his life. There's 26 long episodes about his life on YouTube that I would watch, and it just never got better for this guy. And these lolcows, they just once a former lolcow is destroyed, their life is completely destroyed, they'll target somebody new, and it's just a repeating cycle, just over and over again. And not much people do know about lolcows, but if you're online for hours, I guess you can say, you do see a pattern, people just finding a new person to pick on. And these people, these lolcows, they're not always the best person, but their lives are still getting ruined. Not everybody's a good person, but these people befriend them, and then they tell them to do these things online, like share their personal secrets that shouldn't ever be, shared. And it really just causes turmoil in their life. And now their life is displayed online. And this guy, Christian, he was just constantly bullied and constantly trying to take control of his life by making these videos, which eventually would cause his downfall. And these people that surrounded him also aided in that. He eventually would end up in jail for some crazy charges that I'm not gonna name, but if you want to look him up, you can. It's very graphic, I would say. And it was not only caused by him, but these people online, these trolls, they also fed into that idea of his. They were just nagging him. They wouldn't tell him to stop. They would tell him constantly, that's a good idea, you should do that, you should do this, like you're doing all these things right, knowing that this will cause his downfall. But I feel people should know more about these lolcows, as they're so common online. But I am chronically online, and not many people know about this. But it is interesting once you really look at it. There's a whole website dedicated to him and his life. Like from the moment he was born to how much he got on a test. Like, these people are just so consumed by his life. And I thought it was very interesting. Like, it's an interesting story to tell.